Day. I hope you all had a wonderful week. Thank you for joining me. Um, let's see what we're going to do today. So, if you have been watching my videos this week, you have seen my all my shapes. So you've seen the mandala video, and it is a very, very lovely mandala, but we're going to use it completely different today. So this is really where the this is only the base of what I am going to do. Um, this is only the start. And then we also have the paper doll, the lovely paper doll with all the braids, and I want to do something special with her. And what I'm going to do is I want to turn this into something for my junk journal. So I have this beautiful antique, vintage antique. This is really a borderline antique one. So it's like probably right on the border of being antique. And I want to turn this into a journal. So last week I did all of this, and then of course everything fell out of it when I was putting this somewhere. So we just tuck that back in. I'm just keeping all the pages in here so that I remember what was where and what I was doing with it, and that way it doesn't go anywhere. So I want to go just a little further down in here. Let's see, where can I go? Because I don't want to use all the same spots. And the reason for that is I don't want to do that because it is going to make a little bit, it's going to make it too bulky. But I thought I had picked a spot already, and I had put index cards in there. There we go. There it is. But I think I want to go further down a little bit further this way. Let's cover this page up. It's all good. I am going to grab what I have underneath here. So this is the page I want to be working on. And as you can see, this is a very, very old photo album. The slots are in here that you can put pictures in. So it has enough slots that you can put little pictures in or bigger ones, or you can put them vertical or horizontal. But I need to reinforce these pages constantly to make them, to have them be sturdy enough to hold everything for a junk journal. So that's why the backgrounds are pretty heavily covered. And that way the pages become a little sturdier and a little less brittle. That's, well, they're not brittle. I'm just worried that they're going to fall apart if I don't cover this all up. So that's what I'm doing. So let's go through where I am thinking that I want to take this. So if you watched Monday and Wednesday's videos and you saw me build first a mandala on Monday and then the dress for the paper doll on Wednesday, then you have seen all my shapes. And let me grab the pile. You have seen all my shapes. But there is different ways that you can use these shapes. So I have printed them here onto music paper, onto papers that I used to mop up some ink. And I printed the shapes on there. And this one as well. And this one. Then we have a digital. And another digital. So you can print out, as long as you can put the paper through your printer, you can print these shapes out on the back of them. You can print them to the front too, but then you have the outlines maybe on your paper, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. The other thing I have is I glued or I collaged an Archie comic onto just a piece of 8.5 by 11, and now this has also become printable. Ha! Then I have turmeric dyed paper, printable. I have more printables. They're of course, or digitals. They're of course always printable. These are some of the ones that I used on Wednesday for the paper doll, so I will be using some of that today as well, because I just want to use up my stash of paper. I have a huge stash of digitals that I have printed that are just sitting in my stash, and I find that such a waste. So I'm using them. I'm using the papers that I have inked. I am using the papers that I got color onto, and I just want to do something and create with them. So that is what I want to do. And I want to create some more shapes out of the ones that don't have any shapes on there yet. So I want to start by working with the mandala and seeing what I can do with it and how I can put it into a journal spread. And the doll will be one of the last things. So I'm actually going to put her aside right now. And I'm going to keep this out. I'm going to put these aside. They're going to come back pretty much as soon as I am done finishing the mandala and how I want to use it in my spread. So I had a couple of ideas for that. What I thought at first was if I could somehow put it in here so that it would fold together, and then when you open the page up, it just kind of opens up completely. Theoretically, that's a great idea. In practice, I'm putting full force on this. I can't bend this. So I can cut it in half and then cut it in half again and hinge it with something else. And I may end up doing that because I really like the idea of being able to open it and then the mandala kind of spreads out right in front of you. If it doesn't work, it is okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces, right? And if it doesn't work, then I just have 4 beautiful parts of a mandala that I can use on my spread, probably as pockets or as tucks or whatever I want to use it for. But the goal is to put it right here so that when you open the book up, it folds out right in front of you. And I know I should have tested it beforehand. Did not do that because why would I do that? That seems like a silly thing to do. So I have a piece of scrap paper here, and I am going to use this to hinge the mandala. So I need to cut this into a couple of strips of paper. And it doesn't have to be overly pretty because you shouldn't be able to see it at any point. It is just the hinge. So I'm just cutting 2-inch strips out of this scrap. And I have no idea if this is going to work. If you're here and you're watching and you want to participate, come along. You know, what are you working on? Are you just sitting here, you're just watching me, or are you working on your own project? If you are watching on TV, I totally get it. You cannot chat with me, which is unfortunate, but I get it. Okay, I think I want to make it. No, I want to keep it just like this. Okay, now I'm scared. But I have my scissors. I do. And I am going to cut my mandala straight through the center. So what I need to do is I need to turn it over so I can see where my center is. It's tough because what the part that you guys missed, because I still don't understand how I just lost like half a video, is how I found the center. And I did that, and then I put masking tape in there. Right there. And that's why it was kind of bubbly in the center, but there we go. Now it's gone. I can put some glue in there and then it's gone. So I just kind of temporarily stuck it together, and then as I was going, I kind of glued the pieces together on the outside, right here. So this is actually like a pocket right there by accident. Okay, so that's one. Now I'm going to go back through and I am going to cut straight through here. Again, oh, it's tough to cut through that many layers of paper right here. So I am going to have to glue this down now because you can see it's pretty, now it's pretty fragile. But look how pretty that's still for the mandala. And then once we put it back together with the hinges, then it works, and it will, so then it will just flip out like that. That is my goal. And I was thinking about it for the rest of the week. So I recorded this on Sunday. And then the whole time I was like, how am I going to do that? Because I realized really quickly that it just wasn't going to be flexible enough. So then I thought, well, if I'm planning on cutting it apart anyway, then I may as well cut it into pieces and then hinge it with some different paper. So I'm just going to glue this shut now. And I'm just using a little glue. Because I think that is going to look just beautiful. And this fits just like that. That needs to be glued down. And there we go. So if you are watching and you love what I do, I am looking for people to be on my design team. I am not overly concerned what type of projects you make. I am not overly concerned if you have a YouTube channel or not a YouTube channel, or if you are doing TikTok or you're doing Instagram, or as long as you have some kind of social media account. I don't even care if you have a following. Um, I would like you to participate with me. Um, to be a part of my design team so that together we can make beautiful projects and um, create things that you normally wouldn't see, or that you know, you would create something different from what I create. So that's where my thought process is going with this. So I actually love it if you don't make what I make, because that's perfect. Okay, just shutting this one down. There. You know what? I could have probably put the hinges on the inside here, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, they're all sealed up now. And I just got to make sure that I still have them in the right position. This one goes here. This one goes here. Is that how it goes? Maybe not. Yeah, this goes like this. And then this goes like this. Okay. So let's try this. Let's see if it's going to work. So the first thing I need to do is I need to hinge. Um, I don't think I need to hinge this part, because this part is going to go right in here. So that just needs to be able to fold around. I think I need to leave that. How am I going to do that? Yeah, so this just needs to be glued down completely. And then these need to go like this, so that when you open it, these flip up and out, I think. How will that work? Well, nothing is going to happen if I don't try it. So I'm just putting glue on the piece, on my little piece of hinge. And making sure I go all the way to the edge so that it is going to be really nicely stuck on there. And I think, okay, let's see. I think I want to go like this. No idea how that goes now. So if this goes in the center, and then this goes right there. Okay, that works. Okay, so then this piece goes on here. So I need to line the corners completely up together. that. Get it as straight as possible. And then we'll put the hinge on there. Oh, shoot, it moved. Okay. There we go. And then hinge this back. So then this moves. I can cover this up with something, but I do need to have the movement space. I can't make it any tighter. It's already like as tight as it's going to go when it is closed. And then the same right here. And I think it should work. I don't think it should be a problem. Well, I guess we'll find out. Okay, stick it down to that side. Flip it around. Stick it down to the other side, just like that. Yeah, it should work. Like, because now I need to stick these sides together right here. So now I need to take a strip of this scrap paper, fold it in half, like that. Fold it in half. Take one side. It's just thinking of how that mechanics will work. So that's all I had to do was just take a moment, think about it, and then get it figured out. And then put glue on this side of it. Just like that. And then stick this together like that. Right there. So then these two pieces are going to go right here. Right here. And then it just folds right up. So it's just, I can put it right here, right? It's going to do the exact same thing. As soon as this is closed and you open it. So if this is closed and I don't think it's tight enough. Hold on. This is closed and I would open it up. I'll get it to work. It's in the right spot. I just need to be able to get it to work because I don't know if it's tight enough. To do what I want it to do. What if I go like that? I'm just tightening it a little closer together. Ooh, it's not straight. What the heck? All the other pieces are sitting fairly straight. Right there, this is straight. Why is that not sitting straight? Because it doesn't fit there. Hold on. Let's undo this. Why doesn't it fit? That one fits. And then yep, I sure did that wrong. Sure did. It goes like this. Right there. And if you don't line it up properly, then it's never going to do what you want it to do. So I'm just making sure that all my lines are lining up. And they are now. There we go. Oops. Come on. You know you want to. Okay. It's not overly happy. Doesn't like what I am wanting to do. Okay. Should be good now. There. That one, that one. And where do we think this one then came from? So if I'm putting this one backwards, then this one needs to go on here. There we go. Like that. Yep. Oh, Lordy. Quick mess. I'm making a really big mess, but it will work. It's at the point now where I can see that it is going to work. And because I got to redo it, I'm getting to put the paper on a little bit tighter. So that's actually perfect. So if you're here and you're watching, say hi. Tell me where you're from and what project are you working on right now? Just attaching that. And I'm going to lay it down and see how tight I can pull this. I think that's better. Definitely somewhat better. I'm just pulling it and pulling it. I could have done this with tape too, but I didn't. Okay, so then it works. Now it works. All right. So all I need to do now is attach these two pieces right here in the center. So I need to get glue all over the back of these two pieces. And then it should sit properly. And then I can carry on with designing the rest of the page. I just needed to get this on here first because I had no idea where it was going to sit. So then it's really hard to make a spread when you don't know where your main part is going to be sitting. Okay. And I want to go up like that. And I am going to close the page against it. Okay, that's one. Okay, so the same thing. I'm going to put glue all the way along this side. And I'm really, really trying to get it tight because the more that it is on the page, the better that the mechanism will work. I think. Okay. So then let's lift this page up against this as well, and we'll stick it into place. No, I said I need you to go in there. I need you to get stuck, not just fall apart as soon as I move the page. Well, I think it'll work. This just needs to be just sticking down just a little bit better right here. It does want to do it, just not as fast as what I want it to do it. I'll figure out how to finish it, but yeah, it should just really should just fold up. And you can see like it's trying, it just doesn't have the strength to go. I will figure that out. I will. I honestly will. It works. So that is part one. Ta-da! It was a little bit of a struggle. I didn't think it was going to be that much of a struggle. And if you're looking, like, if you're going to be really, really picky, you can see that it doesn't line up perfectly. But I can't be that picky. it is working, and that is all that matters to me right now. I do want to put these pieces down here so they're not constantly getting moved. That one is attached. Are these attached? No. That one is. Okay. Just making sure everything is well attached and that it is going to do the right thing. Do the right thing. Okay, so this I'm just going to keep closed for a moment and let it dry and let it tighten together for a bit because I don't need it for the rest of what I want to do. So I already showed you all the papers that I printed the shapes onto. And what I want to do with this is I want to make flowers. So these are going to be pretty funky flowers because look at the shapes that they are in and look at the papers that I am using. So this is a piece of music paper, obviously. I'm just going to cut this into a circle and then I'll cut those pieces out. Because I think this is going to be the biggest part of the flower, or of one flower. Does it have to be perfect? No, absolutely not. Do you need to have the shapes that I am using? No, you don't. You can use whatever you want. You can use squares, you can use triangles, you can use circles and hexagons and whatever you have. Use what you have. That is really the main thing. I just like I have some really fancy shapes because I started off with the mandala idea, and so I created a mandala and then created shapes out of that. So that's why I am using all these funky looking shapes, but you don't really need it because you can cut just like that. Cut a leaf shape. There you go. I'm going to cut a bunch. Just like that. Like, super simple. Oh, but they're not straight. Do we care? Nope. We're just using all this paper that we have sitting around. Book pages and digitals that we have printed and never used. And, you know, you can use lined paper, you can use white paper, you can use blue, red, orange, whatever color paper you have. Use it. So I have a bunch of these kinds of shapes and I'm just going to put them aside. So just plain petals. Then I have a big circle here. Now, do you need to use that? No, I have a compass. With a compass, I can draw a circle. But I also have my distress texture paste. If I put that on there, I have that same shape, size circle. So this is what I mean with like you don't need to reinvent the wheel. If you have shapes around your house, trace them, use them. The other things that we of course all have. Okay, I have one of these. What can you do with that? Well, I'm going to take a piece of index card and no, I'm not going to take a piece of index card. I'm going to take one of the pieces of paper that I haven't drawn shapes on yet. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a bunch of shapes out with this. And I'm going to take 4 at a time because 4 is just a perfect number for a flower. But you can also do, well, let's do 5. Why don't we do 5? There we go. So with that, I can just kind of line them up together. One is going to turn into a circle, but if you go this way around, if you go more like that, right, you get the petal shapes. So that's like, I'm sure there's other shapes, and what else do I have here? I'm just trying to see what I easily have available here. Well, I'm not sure how that's going to work. But if you have punches, like you have circle punches, you have square punches, hexagon, octagonal, whatever you have. I do want to use, I'll use that small circle that I drew. And I'm not cutting neatly. I'm just really just cutting it. I'm going to cut that big circle here as well. There's a whole bunch of little circles too, but I don't need those. And that's why I've given you, like on some of the pages, there's lots of space left. So you can draw your own shapes. You can punch more things out of the paper that you're using, right? So you have like all this paper left, and you can cut shapes out of it, whatever shape you want to use. So all I'm doing right now is just quickly cutting a bunch of shapes. These are tulip shapes. Oh, but I don't know how to draw a tulip shape. Sure you do. Absolutely. You just draw. Let me show you how you draw a tulip shape. I'll do it with my marker. So all you do is you draw a V. I'll zoom you in. Draw a V. Like that. And then you go da 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 da. Tulip shape. If you want to be a little neater, then you do a V and a V, and you go around like that. I'm pretty sure everybody knows how to draw a V and a circle, a semicircle around it. You can draw hearts. You can draw, well, you can draw a flower. You know, you can start with a flower and then cut the petals out and then create a different flower and all of that. But this way you get to use your papers, all these beautiful papers, and you get to turn it into something different and pretty and something that you might actually use, because you could only use so much coffee dyed paper and um, gel prints and like in your journals or um, in your artwork. And I am just sliding everything over to the side so that I can carry on to the next one. So here's the hearts. A pie shape. How do you draw a pie shape? Again, V and a circle. Ta-da! We have a pie shape. But I don't want it to be that. I want it to be more like that. Okay, just go just like that. These, you just draw something like that and you go back around it. And you cut this out and you have a little swirly thing like that. I'm not a drawer either. I'm not a perfect artist. I am going to use my other scissors though, because they were just a little bit more comfortable. I just dropped my dauber on the floor. Whoops. I'm not even a perfect cutter, but it's all good. And you know, you can sit in front of the TV and just cut shapes. You know, what are you doing? Cutting shapes. Just making a batch of shapes. And then one day you sit down and you start making flowers or a mandala or a dress for a paper doll or a card. Um, you know, you can do whatever you want. But for me, it was really okay. I have this huge stack of papers that are just sitting in my bin. I have them neatly organized by designer, so they're in an envelope and they're just there. But why? Like, why am I not using them? Why do I go? Oh, well, I have nothing to work with. Yes, I do. It's in that stash. I'm not sure if I want to use these, so I'm just going to put this aside for now. I know that I want to use the pie shapes. Because I think I want to turn them into leaves. That's one. Two. And I just need like a bunch of the shapes so that I have something of somewhat of a start. And I know I could have done that off camera, but I really wanted to show you guys how long it would take to do a project like this. Of course, the mandala, no, that is not the easiest project in the world. Actually, it wasn't the easiest project in the world. I had 5 hours worth of footage of just figuring out where all the pieces were going to go, and then I did it wrong, so then I had to start over. And so what you guys saw was actually the cleaned up version. And it just made, sometimes you just make something and it is looking beautiful, and but I'm not sure if it came across on camera as well as what it did on like in person. Just want to see if I can get the chat to work. Let's see. Sorry about that. I don't know if I've missed anything or it doesn't look like it. Nope, I get to the same point every time. Okay. So if you are watching in Europe, I know it is a heat wave over there. It is not here. It's been cool and rainy and quite a change from the beginning of June to the end of June. And I'm not sure what the weather is in the States. But here it's been below 10 every night, so it's kind of chilly. And I'm not complaining. I also don't complain if it's too hot. Um, I'm just going with the punches. It's not winter. There's no snow on the ground. That's all that matters, isn't it? Okay, so I just cut out the tulip shapes there. That's one. Two. And I already had one, so that's four. I am going to take some of these. This is just a question of grabbing a whole bunch of shapes and cutting them out and seeing how you can fit them together and what you can make with them. And how much fun is that? And I know it's taking a long time to get to a point, but remember I also already did the mandala thing that I put in the on the page and got it to turn into a flip up out, whatever we want to call it. Just throwing them to the side. I have a bunch of these that I'm not going to need right away. I want to take these shapes though, and probably these B ones as well. But I think if I'm going like this, then I can just leave them like this and I can just start putting some things together and then grabbing what I need as I'm going. I'm going to use these as well. So I used these for the dress for the paper doll on Wednesday. And now I'm going to use them for flower shapes. They're also in the mandala, so they're also shapes for the mandala. how did I draw these? Well, let me show you. So everything starts with a pretty simple shape, right? So let's put this right here. You go up. And I am just doing this quickly, right? Like that, down, down. Not very neatly. Let me find a bigger piece of paper right here. Okay. So we start with a V, just like that. Then we go right here, a V. Here, a V that is kind of rounded and over. A V that's kind of rounded and over. And then you can go like that. Like that. And sometimes you just have to play with it and play with it and play with it. And then you get to the shape. And then, so that's what I did. And then I got to the shape and then I scanned it and used it again. So that's like, there's no rocket science here. If I have one that is good, bingo. Okay, these butterflies are really cute too. I have some flower petal shapes. So I'm just cutting them into pieces so that I can grab them. So on the mandala is kind of teal and blue. And then the paper doll is pink. And now I'm adding some yellow and some greens. And so it's really going to be kind of a rainbow of colors. What do I have here? I don't want any more of those swirls. And I don't need any more of these. But I do want these. Oops. So you can see how big these flowers are going to get. They're going to get pretty big. If I can't fit them all in my in the spread for this one, that's okay. They can just sit aside. You can use them on cards or on a pocket somewhere. You can probably use them on a belly band. You can use them anywhere as a decoration. Okay, let's put all this paper aside. Now I just have scraps, which I don't like having scraps, but it's okay. All right, so I'm going to start with these tulip shapes. And I'm going to put this away because now it's in my way. I have that. And here is, oh, that's a circle. Right there. All right. And I think I want to put a white piece of paper underneath so you guys can see a lot better what I'm doing than on the green. There. That's better. Where is, I have a circle punch here. Circle punch. And I want to take a circle out of Archie. And I'll use the big circle. It would help if I actually made it like a full circle. Oh my goodness. Okay. Seriously. Okay, now it should work. There we go. I have a circle. Look at that. when I got home, it was really cool. So I put a hoodie on. And as I'm going, the lights are on me and everything, so it's getting pretty hot. So I'm going to put glue on the back of Archie. And I am using fast grab tacky glue, so I don't have to wait for very long. So I'm going to put glue right on the back here. And I'm going to lay these guys down so that they are somewhat even. Like that. And then I'm sticking this, put it straight, right there. So that's the base of a flower because we have the petals and we have that. Now, let's take some of these. No, I want some color. Do I have some color? Yeah, I have these. So I'm just going to quickly do 4 of these. Maybe I'll do all 8. Let's do all 8. So even your die cuts, you can put your die cuts in here and turn it into somewhat of a flower. All these little bits and pieces that you have left over, put it together, turn it into a flower, turn it into an embellishment for your journal. Where'd the second piece go? I had 2 pieces. There we go. And this is really me testing to see what I can do with this. Like I have a couple of other ideas, and but I'm not going to do those until probably Monday's video, and then that will be the last shapes video for a while. And then for the month of July, I have something really special planned because July is my birthday month. And I happen to be one of those people that says, happy birthday to me. It's the whole month. So, and I have, I have something sitting in my design studio that I am really excited about. I don't know if you guys are going to like it, if you're going to understand it. There's a bird that just flew against the window. I don't know if you're going to understand it, but it is something that I just feel passionate about, so I want to do it. So I'm going to put these on here, kind of like so. And I'm not inking around anything. I'm not drawing around anything, not until I have the whole thing put together. So I'm constantly going back to the center, which I'm not even in the center. Let's just find the center first. I am going to say that right there is the center. And I'm just going to glue them down. I am not wasting any time by just laying them out. I'm just going for it. So yeah, the whole month of July, or not the whole month. My birth date is July 24th. So up until July 24th, there will be a daily freebie. And that daily freebie is going to work together with all the other daily freebies. So together, it is going to be one giant project. Um, but I'm giving it to you one day at a time. And so I'm going to do 24 videos. Well, okay, let me just specify that. The Saturdays are going to stay as they are, so there will not be a birthday freebie. It'll just be the regular paper doll Saturday freebie. And then there will be 3 weeks of 6 freebies every day that are a different project. And it is really cute. And it is actually going back to my childhood. I just suddenly thought of something and I just ran with it. And it is turning into something so cute. And I hope you guys will like it too. There, that's pretty. I like that. And I like how it has the Archie strip in there. So then I have the music paper, right? So we cut all these shapes out of the music paper. So what can we do with those? Can we stick those in between here? How far do we, yeah, because I do want to go like a little bit higher. So that works. So I'm just going to turn it around. And I'm going to put a row of glue like that. And just stick these in there. Oh, but you don't have them all in the same direction. That's okay. I'm okay with that. This is freestyle. There's no rules for this. Okay. Yeah, that's cute. I need something to cover that up now. Take an index card and just cut a circle and put it right there. There, that will hold everything in place too. What else do I have? I have these, right? No, that's Archie again. Let's see. I have these. Do I have something smaller? I thought I did. Yeah, I have these. These are better. Okay, so I just need these 4 shapes. And then once I get these on there, then I will play with this a little bit so that I can enhance it and I can doodle on it and turn it into like something really fancy and fun. But it's much easier to do when you've got all the pieces already glued together. Let's see. I think I want them upside down this time. I want to go like this. And I'm going to that side. That. And again, working from the same center. Just like that. And this is not for like the design of the paper or anything like that. This is mostly for the color of the paper and the texture that that color is going to give it. And right now, you don't see that. It is going to take me doodling on it to bring all the color out. Because right now it is yellow upon green and then the cream color from the music paper. So it's pretty plain. But the first thing I want to do is grab my black soot distress ink. And I have my dauber. This is not the one that I had thrown on the floor already. And first I want to ink around the music paper pieces. Just to give it a black edge. And that's already going to help it a lot. There. That's already given it a bit of an increase. Now I am going to take a black gel pen and I'm going to, I think I want to put ink around the tulip shapes as well so that they have black around them. Do you need to be neat and tidy? No, it's way more fun to not be neat and tidy with this project. Just play. This is play. Play with what you have. Play with your digital papers, play with your punches and your dies and your a compass and a ruler and just make shapes. And the inking is really to accentuate the outlines. So when you are drawing mandala flowers or something like that, you do that with a black pen. But when you cut it out, you don't have that black pen. So then you need to kind of come up with something different of how you can get that to come out again. This almost looks like a water lily, doesn't it? That's so pretty. Or it's not pretty yet, but it's getting there. So now I'm going to go around these shapes. With my black gel pen. And you can just turn them into like shapes like that. You don't have to be very neat and tidy because we are going to embellish the heck out of these. I am going to throw everything at it. Go around this. And you can make the outlines thicker and thinner, whatever you prefer. So all I'm doing is taking basic shapes that you can draw by hand, and I am creating flowers with them. And then I can put those in my junk journal. Okay. There we go. This one can be a little thicker. Well, there comes all the quads again and the noisy vehicles. I don't know if you guys can hear them. I can. Okay, so I'm that far done. Now I want to doodle some more in here. So I'm going to actually draw some shapes, just like that, right in here. Why? Because I'm trying to break up the solid pieces. I don't want all these solid pieces of paper. I am just trying to create depth and design in there. And then I can put a line like that with a little dot on top. And right here as well, a dot line and a dot. And a line and a dot. And right there as well. Then right here, I'm just going to put a line, and a line, a line, a line, and a line. I don't know if you can see the flowers start to emerge now. Okay, so I want to do something more with the tulip itself. And I'm just looking to see what I have here that I can use to embellish this. I have some of these. So these are dots. And I have them in just pearl, but I have them in colors as well. So I think I want to go with the colors. I'm trying to see if I have some that are a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to take a bunch out, put them right here. And then I'm just going to put, oh, that's way too much glue. Let's not use that. Okay, I'm going to use my needle nose, and I'm just going to put some dots of glue right along the edge of the middle part. And I need something that I can pick them up with so that I can put them in place. I guess I have the back of a paintbrush. I have no idea where my silicone piece went. So all I'm doing is I'm just sticking a little bit of glue on the back of my paintbrush and just picking them up and putting the dots on here. And I'm not overly paying attention to what color I'm putting where. I'm just going with it. They're all upside down, so I'm trying to just turn them around. Because I do want to pay enough attention that they're not all the same color side by side. Let me show you. Just like that. So then you're just giving it a little bit of color. So I'm going to do the same thing right here. Come on already. There we go. If I knew where I'd put my my silicone brush, that would be much easier. Those are fantastic to use for this stuff. But I don't know where I put it. There. Are they going to be evenly? No, obviously not. I am just putting them on here. I am happy if I get them on there. Right there. Ta-da. One more left. And I need a couple more. Come on. You know you want to turn over. I'm missing one. It happens. I just need one more. Let's grab a red one. Let's see if we can get a red one out of here. There we go. So that is giving it some color. Just like that. And then I do want to use one of these. Let's do this one. And I want to put that right in the center. Just like that. And then I think I have a beautiful flower that I can put on my page. I will need a little bit of 3-in-1 glue because these are resin decorations. So I need 3-in-1 glue to make sure that it's stuck down. There we go. So I'm going to put this one aside so it can dry, and let's carry on to the next one. So I'm going to take a circle, and I can probably use one of these wonky circles, and I'm going to cut these pieces first. And I'm not overly concerned if I am cutting on the lines or I'm not cutting on the lines. If I were to make a mandala or like decorating the dress or something like that, then yes, I am more precise in where I'm cutting. But because I'm just cutting a flower, I'm not concerned. Because it actually looks neater. It looks cooler if you're not completely straight around all the bits and pieces. I have 4. Did I cut 4? No, I have 3. Because flower petals in the real world are not completely straight either. So I can put this, do I want to put it behind? I think so, huh? Probably, but you know what? In this situation, I am going to ink them first. And yes, I know that I just used a lot of black ink. That's okay. I need that black ink to really come out on these flowers so they're not so pale and fall away from what I'm trying to show. Let's see how far I can away from each other I can put them, because I kind of want to have some space between them. I don't want to have this be overlapping. I really want to show the flower petals. So I'm going to put glue on the back here. Oh, well. Oopsies. Okay, like that, and like that. There. And now I have these shapes, and I think I can stick those somehow between there. So kind of like sticking them at an angle. And one more. Just like that. Let's pick this up and then, oops. Let's put it like that. And then we can put some glue right in there, kind of like how you make a cluster. You're just putting the glue right in here. There we go. I don't know if you remember that giant flower shape that I had made. So if I put this on there, just like that, that looks cool. I want to leave some space so that it maneuvers and I can put other things behind it. So I'm not putting, like I'm not gluing it all the way shut down. There. Now I'll ink around that music paper right away. And you know, like it just depends on what color you're using. I just happen to be using green and yellow. So yeah, it's a little paler than what I would really usually use. But it's okay. It's still turning into something that is really interesting. So I'm picking up, no, I don't want those. I think I want some of that bright yellow. And I can stick those in there. Can I? No. What color is this? This is again pretty pale. I'm trying to find something that's just a little brighter. Well, you know what? Instead of these shapes, well, I can cut something different. I am just going to cut from here all the way to the top, and I'm kind of just making it petal shapes. Like that. And these are nice and bright. So I just need one more. Oops. So sometimes it's about the shape, sometimes it's more about the color. It just depends on what you are wanting to do. So I'm going to turn this over again because I kind of want these to come out of there. And I want them kind of lower so that they're peeking out, but they're not making it like this gigantic thing. Like that. Okay. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift up right here, put glue, stick it down. Lift up, put glue, stick it down. It's a really, really big flower. Let's see what else I can do here. Something else I can do is I have, this is like it's a rosette I had made, and it's just laying on my desk. It's been laying on my desk forever. How cute would that be right there? Right in the center. Or you can grab a button or whatever you have. Like, use what you have. So I'm just going to put some glue right here on Archie. And sticking this right there in the center. Well, that looks really nifty. I like it. What do you think? It's very simple, but effective. So I'll put this one over there as well. And let's use up whatever else we still have here. So I want to do something with these Archie circles or these Archie cuts. So I just want to put them right behind this circle so you kind of get this shape coming out. So I am just going to put glue all the way along the edge of the circle. Like that. I'm putting this on here. I'm just lining it up somewhat. Same here. And one more. There we go. Then, what else do I have laying here? Oh, the hearts. And I'm going to need something a little brighter with the hearts. Okay, that moved out of the way. There we go. Now it's sitting in the right spot. I have the pie shapes too, but they're also not very bright. What else do I have here? I want something that is bright and shiny. I have this paper. And I think let's just take a piece of it. And then I'm just going to cut flower petals out of it. So if I have one, then I'm just going to line it up, and I'm just going to use it as a template. And that way I'll get the same size flower petals. One more. Okay. And I did them all in the same direction, because then when you're putting the petals on here, then it kind of has the text going around in a circle. And I kind of like that. Just like that. Now I can probably go a little bit more closer like that, because I don't want it to be that gigantic. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put glue in between here. Just like that. I'm going to put this down. I have no idea if it's straight. I really don't. I think it is, but who knows? Well, no. That one was too far out. That one is too. And so is this one. Okay. I have some lace. Let's see if I can get a little bit of lace to go right in between here. Why not, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Let's turn this over. And I'm just going to put glue right here on these straighter edges and put the lace on there. Oops. Down, I say down. Stay. Why does that one not want to sit? Just stay. Stay. I tell you, stay. Okay. Um, what else do I have? Sorry, I'm really thirsty. I'm doing all the talking here. What else do I have that I could use? Oh, I think I know. I do. I have this. And how pretty would that be if I cut like a little strip like that and put that behind here like that. So this is just a ruffle that I made with pattern paper tissue. That's not much of a ruffle anymore, but that's okay. And then I can just stick this right here behind it. So it kind of gives the illusion of petals. That's all I'm trying to do. And they're all different sizes, so it doesn't matter where I stick this, as long as it is stuck down and they kind of pop out from behind. So this is really me using what I have on my desk in my stash and just what is around me. So this is usually how I work. I start with something simple and then I end up having something that is actually looking fairly complicated, but it really isn't. There we go. I could probably put some more back here, or do I have something else? Do I have another ruffle? I know I have lots of ruffle laying around here. Oh, I have this one as well. So that would give me lots of texture. And really doing the exact same thing, just cutting pieces and tearing it so that it kind of becomes something a little different. So now what I'm going to try and do is that it kind of lines up with the other one. And I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not being overly precise. I am just eyeballing where I want these pieces to go. the more color that you stick in there and the more that you do, the more interesting it looks. And I need to do something with that central circle. Okay, so that central circle is very blah, let's say, because it's very green. And I kind of want something super bright on there. Can I, what do I have here? It's not overly bright. Do I have something else that might be a little brighter? Nope. Yep, I do. What about that? Okay. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut some petals. Kind of like that. And that will give it a lot of color. And there's lots of texture in this paper as well. So this is still, I'm still working on that stack of Cara Brandon paper. So that's all I'm using right now. And then the solid pieces and the dyed and the colored pieces, those are all my own stash. That's the papers that I made with sprays and infusions and uh, ink and whatever else I came in contact with, where I was like, oh, I can use that and I can mop that up with that. And yeah. Should have 8 now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of make that like that. That should give me 8 legs. So I'm putting this right there. Go back a little bit because I want them to just meet in the center. There. Oh yeah, that looks cute. I like it. Okay. So I'm going to doodle around it and then I'll put some embellishments on it. So I need my black gel pen. If I can find it, there it is. Or I can use gold. I'll use black first and then I'll go over and put some gold embellishments on it. So all I'm doing right now is I am just drawing out these flower petal shapes right in the center here. And I'm not overly concerned if my lines are straight or not. trying to just create like kind of a junk flower. But by outlining this with black, it kind of gives it a totally different look. Right there. Then I want to, in the center here, I'm kind of doing like some ovals, just like that. Just to get texture. I guess I know I use that a lot. I use that word a lot, texture, but that's really what this is doing. Like it's not like this is about you know, how perfect you are drawing all your shapes in here. This is about, okay, that shape is now giving the um, giving the flower structure and texture and there. And I'm just giving it like the inside right there. I know, I'm just scribbling. But now it looks like a flower. So I want to ink around these four. There. And then I want something here in the center. What else do I have that I could put there? I know I have something, but it's on the other side of the room. But I may go and grab it because that is what I'm wanting to use. What do I have here? I have all kinds of stuff that I just have laying here. That will not work. I don't know. What can I use? Well, another thing that I can use on here is I probably will use that on this spread as well. Do I have something right here? No, no. Well, that's not very helpful. I do. What about that? Ah, well, that actually looks really cool. I like it. That looks really cool. So that was kind of desperation, but it works. It is pretty bulky, but it'll be okay. I'll use my 3-in-1 glue. Oh, I have to get more. I'm running low. And I will just stick this jewel right there, just like that. And then I want to ink, or I want to go around some of these edges with my gold marker. I could use gold paint as well, but I want to get the gold paint out. And the gold marker will do the exact same thing. Well, not really. This is definitely not paper artsy gold, but it still gives it that metallic-y look. And the other thing I want to use is I want to add a little, maybe a little white. Let's see if that will work. Oh, I'm sorry, my stomach is kind of growling at me. I'm not sure why. So I'm just doodling on it, trying to get as much of a design on here as I possibly can. Put little dots inside those circles. And this is water soluble ink that is underneath it. So the white is actually picking up some of the the ink that is on there. Put some lines and dots on here. I really like this. Like, I really threw everything but the kitchen sink at it. But look how pretty that turned out. That's really cool. I want to do a little bit of gold and stuff here as well. Ugh. So I'm just out giving it some little dots and a little line just to give it some movement. And let's grab the gold pen and we'll go around these with the gold. There, and then I want to put some dots right back there so that it gives movement. It's kind of funny, like the more you doodle on these things, the more interesting they look. So when you're just putting some dots on there with gold or with black or with white, it kind of makes everything move a little bit nicer. So right here, I think I want to put some lines, just like that. Not there. And let's see if we have a black marker. I do. Is it, that's not down yet. This is a liquid chalk marker, so they come down pretty quickly. There we go. Okay, let's put some dots right along the top edge. It kind of frames the flower. Just like that. And anybody can do some dots. You don't have to be able to draw to put a dot in a piece of paper. So if you're watching and you did not hear me in the beginning, I am looking for someone or multiple people or to join my design team. Um, you know, if you love what I make and you want to try working with it, let me know and let's have a chat and see if maybe we can do something fun together. Adding some pink dots right here, and I'll outline those with black after so that they'll stand out a little bit more. Pretty. It is giving it like a lot more movement and texture. So I want to go around the pink dots with a little black gel pen. And I don't think I want to do much more than that. I think that's good. I can make the black here a little bit darker. So I'll use that liquid chalk again. Just go around. That just makes it a little darker than just the inking. And I'm smearing the ink, smearing the marker piece. There, that's better. Much, much better. Okay, so I have all three, I think, are ready now. Let's just move this stuff out of the way. I'll put them against that white background. And there's the third one. So they're all three are very different. I'm just going to give you a bit of a zoom out. All three are super different, but they're so much fun. They look fun. So now they are going to go into my journal. Ooh. So this is probably going to be the most colorful page in the whole journal. Where am I? Right here. Right there. I'm going to see if I can get you in there. There we go. Zoom out a little bit more. Make sure it's all visible. There we go. So now I can put these on here. It won't look silly because there's so much color going on in the mandala already that it doesn't really matter what else I have here. I think I don't have room for all three. Well, I do, but that means I have to cut the bottom of this one off, which is not a big deal. And that way I'm getting it off the page as well, so I'll have to do the same right there. And that one is good to go. So that works. What else do I want to do with this page though? Because it's kind of like, it's pretty, but it's kind of, what else do I have that I could put on there? Any ideas? What do you guys think? What should I put? What else should I put on this page? I can put some more. Look at this. I have this. How would that? Oh, look how that flower stands out against that. Is this one standing out as well? So what if I put some strips of this behind it, and then I can put the flowers on there. And I think I just want to tear it. Because then I get some really neat organic shapes. Put these aside for a moment. There we go. So I can put that right there, and then this one a little lower, and this one a little lower still. Let's just start gluing it down. Do I want to ink around it? Yes. And I'm going to use black so that it kind of fades into the back. If I can find my distress ink, there we go. Because the background is black and book page, so if I make this black as well, then it just kind of blends in. That's two. So now it's just a question of assembling everything and putting it in place and putting shoes on the paper doll. Okay, let's just put these on here. I'm just putting glue all the way along the back of this one, because this one is definitely going to go right on the, completely on there. The rest is kind of going in bits and pieces. That's one. It's little ink right here at the bottom. I love this teal color. It's just beautiful. Kind of like a peacock color, isn't it? there. So all I'm doing is really, I'm just looking at color. I am not looking at what is on the pages. I am just concerned about color and um, what it does to my page. Put that piece right there. Right there. I like that a lot. Like that just gives it so much color and extra. Okay, I need a little strip off of this one. Let's see, I need about that much. So I'm being extremely precise, as you can tell. I'm just ripping pieces off the ends and around. But that's what's going to give this way more interest than if I were to cut straight lines. There's a time and a place for everything, and right now this is not for straight lines. And I don't know if you can tell how much this is blending into the background with that black page behind it. Whoops, there goes the butterfly flying. Right there. This one is going to go right like that. I really like how this is starting to come together. I don't know. Once I get this done, and I'll take a look and see how much of the flowers I want to use, because now I'm worried that it's going to be too busy. So I may need some input. Give me a chat. Pretty sure I turned the chat on. Pull it down a little bit so that it's not overlapping on the mandala. There we go. And then let's take the top and the bottom off of here. There. And let's cut that little white strip off. There. And ink around this. And this needs to be glued right down there. You guys can hear my stomach. It's just going crazy. And put this right there. I like it. I love this color. This looks beautiful. Yeah, I like it. That looks really cool. So, no, I don't want to put the butterfly on there. It does not belong. Where did I put my flowers? So let's see which of the flowers I can put on here. Definitely this one. And I think definitely this one. I'm not sure about this one. I really, really like that one. Because I still have the doll to go on there as well. If I remember where I put her. Come on, girl. So I love the teal against that pink dress. Just looks beautiful. I need some shoes for her, which is fine. Don't want to turn her into a fairy. I could. How beautiful would that be, huh? Like giving her fairy wings. No, I want to use that butterfly for something else. Oh, now I'm thinking. I have a piece of this. I just need something for her to sit behind or like that. What if I put this flower kind of overlapping with that one? That looks better. That looks better. This I'm not sure about. I would be more inclined to go like this. Like that. And then put a ruffle right here. Do I like this? That's a different question, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, hi, Lisa. Yes, she is. She is very beautiful. Like, she's just gorgeous. I really like her. But I am kind of stuck right now. I'm trying to decide what I want to do, and I can't figure it out. I do, however, have a couple of strips of this. And I do think I like that. And I'm still not sure about that flower. What if I just do this and this one? And then I can put this right here. Or do I want to put these on the edges like that? I know I want to put it to the inside. I don't know. I just don't know. I know I'm going to have to glue inside the or not glue, paint inside the flower, but that's okay. I just don't know what I want to do here. That's my biggest dilemma right now. I don't know. I also have little envelopes, so I could. Oh, you know what? I could put this on here, and then that kind of holds the envelope down, and you can just tuck that in there. That would work. Okay. But then would that work with this as well? Because I kind of want to use this one. Yep, it does. It kind of does. And we need a pocket on the page too. So if I'm using the envelope, and then I can just put that like that, and then it just kind of tucks right back behind the ruffle again. And then I can tuck her into in behind here like that. That works. And I'm just going to do the linking again. I am not being very neat today, and I'm using black ink, so it kind of stands out, but that's okay. I kind of want that black kind of yucky looking idea. Well, that works. Let's just stick this down like a pocket. Let's start with that. I'm going to use my fast grab tacky glue. I have a second one of these little envelopes, so I may use another one. Put this right there. Like so. I don't think so. And then I want to put this here so that it can work as the thing that is holding the envelope closed. I'm just going to quickly, very messily, just turn that black. I could have used a teal color too to ink, but I didn't. I used black. Right there. Not sticking down very well, but I think it's down now. Okay, so I have a second one of these envelopes like these little ones. And I think I want to put it right here, and then it can just flip out. And is that what I want to do? Not really. No. Oh, but I can do this. So instead of using the envelope, I'm going to grab an index card. And I'm going to put this behind here. How pretty is that? Like when you put it, give it like that white background, it totally changes it. So then I can put it right here. I put it like so. And create a pocket with the flower on top. Yeah, I like that. And we have this flower that can go right there. She can go probably either in here or right here. I like her right there. And then we can put this big flower right here. So it kind of goes underneath the pocket here. Like that. So this is a double pocket, right? You can use the envelope for a pocket, and then you can also put stuff behind her. Like here's another. Apparently I have more. Oh, that was the envelope that I already discarded. So I can put some of these pieces in there. And give her a bit of a teal background there. What else can I do? I can take, where are we at for time? Oh, I have a moment. I have a little bit more time. Not much, but a moment. That one is too wide. Oh, I'm just trying to find a tag that I can use. Okay, that works. Just going to cut the corners off, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I have a big piece of this this paper still. So I'm going to glue this tag onto here, and then I will get some of the beautiful paper, the beautiful teal, to come through again. And then I'll glue those flowers down to the page. I just want a tag to go behind the doll. I may grab another one, and so I have a couple of tags. But I definitely want one with that teal behind the doll. I'm just making sure that I'm going all the way along the edges. And in the center. There we go. Lots of glue. And then I can just cut around it. And I know I just kind of took like a piece of paper right from the center. I'm not too concerned. I've spent the whole week working with this paper, and I'm at the bottom of my pile now. So I'm very pleased with that. Oh, that's a cool tag. Let's ink around it. So I'm going to take these out. I can put this right here behind her, and then you get that combination of the teal with the pink, and I really like that. So there we go. I can do a second one, but I don't want to do that right now. So right here, I am going to glue this flower to there. So I need it to go like that. Just like that. Cool. And then I can go around here. Around the edges, just the 3 edges. And stick it down. And if you're saying, oh, but you didn't ink around it, I know, I did that on purpose. I really did. I kind of want this to just kind of fade softly into the background instead of standing out. It's about the flower, and the white is just the background for that flower right now. This flower is going to go right here. And all I'm doing is like these little strips. That's what I'm gluing down in the center. Just like that. And it's a very busy page, but that's okay. Not every page has to have restraint. Every now and again, you're allowed to just go all out. And apparently today was my day. So I'm just putting glue all the way around everything so it'll stick down. Have you guys seen all the 1950s leading ladies that are that I kind of quietly stuck into my shop? I had gotten a couple of requests for more dolls, and so I was thinking like, what can I make? And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I should make those. So I hope you guys like them. And there is one more set of 1950 ones coming. Oh shoot. I stuck glue all over her. Not cool. Okay. So there's one more set of 1950s coming, and then there will be more. but that's going to be kind of a surprise. So yeah, there's still, I'm not done yet. There's still a lot coming, especially paper doll stuff. Tomorrow, of course, is Paper Doll Saturday. I really, I really like this. It is so busy, but I like it. Why do I like it so much? That's crazy. It's crazy busy. Like, and I like how it all crinkles, and there's sound to it. And this kind of folds down. Let's see if it's going to work now. Stuck the pages together. It still doesn't want to work properly, but I know that I have to move it up. I need to paint inside here. I am not going to do that on camera because I want everything to dry properly first. I still have to find shoes for her. I will. I know I have them in my stash. I just don't know where right at the moment. So she's just gonna go shoeless in the pocket. Oh, what else can I do? What time are we at? We're at 9:45. So I've got this in the wrong spot, you guys. You didn't tell me that I was going sideways. Well, can I just take this off? I can, and then I can just put it like that. There we go. I didn't want it to go sideways. I wanted it to go straight. Well, it's attached. If it falls off, I'll deal with it. But yeah, it's attached. I really like it. It is busy, but I don't know. It just kind of came together, didn't it? Like, I love how the teal kind of brings all the different colors out. And like, we've got a little sparkle, we've got some lace, we've got a little bit of everything. Love it, love it. I'm trying to find the lid for my glue. I just took the lid off and I have no idea where I put it. But I have so much garbage here. And I have a garbage can right beside me. Do you think I'm using it? No. No, no. No, that would make way too much sense if you did that. And I found the lid. There we go. Okay, well, I hope you got an idea of what I keep talking about with shapes. I love working with shapes. Shapes are very easy to work with. You can do pretty much anything with them. There is one more shapes video coming on Monday. I want to do something a little different with the shapes, just because I have one more idea in my mind, and it does involve a paper doll. So that will be for Monday. And then as of Wednesday, which is July 1st, there will be 24 straight days of videos. Kind of like Advent at Christmas. I am kind of doing the Advent for my birthday. And but instead of me receiving presents, I am giving you guys presents. I am giving you a daily freebie in the month of July from July 1st till the 24th. Now, I am going to tell you that if you don't pick those freebies up by July 24th, they are no longer free as of July 25th. That is the limitations that the limitation that I have set, because it is really like one full kit that I am giving you guys that is 24 pages, and it all works together. So I am giving it to you up to my birthday, and then after my birthday I am no longer giving anything, um well, except for the Saturday ones. So there will be, well, yeah, there will be 24 days of freebies, but the paper doll Saturdays I am including in that freebie. So there will be 6 of the new kit, and then a paper doll Saturday every Saturday. So July is going to be a busy 3 weeks for me. Um, I am looking forward to it. I am really looking forward to playing with the new kit. And as you know, I usually record ahead of time. So I'm actually going to be playing with it this weekend. And I'm super excited. I think I finalized a lot of the images today. And they are lovely. And it does have paper dolls in it, but a little different, a little funky, and a little weird. So this is kind of a weird thing, and I hope you guys are going to really enjoy it and watch it and follow along, and that you will show me what you've made. And that is something that I can't stress enough. I want to see what you're making. I am so curious, because I know that there's lots of paper dolls out there now from Paper Dolls by Mary Lou, and I'm super excited over that, of course. Um, you know, I'm always thrilled with the reception that they all get. And yeah, I'm just like, I'm thankful. I am very, very thankful today for you guys and for everything that is happening right now. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you don't want to miss one of those videos in July, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're not going to lose out on any of it. Make sure you hit that bell with the notification so it tells you that something new is out there. I believe you can also set notifications in Ko-fi. So the freebies are only going to be available in Ko-fi. And after the 25th, they will all be available in both stores. Um, but the freebie will only be available in Ko-fi. So make sure that you set a reminder for yourself for a daily check-in. What else do I have for housekeeping? I don't think there is anything more that I have to do. The paper doll tomorrow is going to be absolutely lovely. Think you guys will like her. And I am not giving anything away about what the theme is or what she looks like. You are going to have to check it out. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today and for bearing with me while I am exploring this whole shapes idea. I am very excited about it, and I am loving what is coming out, what has come out of it. Um, and obviously, like when I look at the page, like it is super busy, but it all works actually, like, and it just looks cool. So yeah, it is what it is, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow morning for Paper Doll Saturday. Have a great evening. Bye.